Hello and welcome back to the final curriculum information video for Red Class. I can't quite believe we are nearing the end of year one, but of course we still have lots of learning to do and lots of memories are still to be made. So I'm very excited to get on with this final term. But I'll start with a reflection of term five, which of course we were able to celebrate the coronation in, and the children thoroughly enjoyed doing lots of coronation themed activities and having their outside picnic. They didn't quite enjoy so much their mustard sandwiches sent from Mr. Grinling from the lighthouse keeper's lunch. However, it did enable them to write some absolutely fantastic diary entries as Mr. Grinling himself. So well done, Red Class. And another big well done to Red Class for taking part in the scooter skills workshop, which they all engaged with really brilliantly, and we were pleased to see that they all passed. The children were also able to make clay fish last term, which they thoroughly enjoyed modelling and sculpting and painting. And of course, we were lucky enough to receive a letter back from Cadbury's in response to our letters to them about their use of plastic. It really was amazing to see the children's faces when I brought in the letter. Moving on to our theme of learning this term. So, for our final term, our theme is Let's Go on a Safari. And in English, we're going to be using the key texts of Meerkat Male, One Day on Our Blue Planet, the Savannah, and There's a Tiger in the Garden. And we'll be using these to write a range of different text types, of course, including all of the year one key writing skills. In maths, we will be learning about position and direction, place value to 100, and then ending the year looking at money and, of course, how to tell the time. In PE, we will be practicing our athletic skills in readiness for sports day. In RE, our learning question this term is what can I learn from Sikh, Buddhist, Aboriginal, and Shinto stories? So, looking into more world faiths and how these are similar and dissimilar to one another. In geography, we will be focusing on the differences between Africa and the UK. So, looking at their climates and comparing these, as well as their physical features, lifestyles, animals, and human features. And that leads on quite nicely to our learning in science this term, which we will be learning about animals in. So, looking at a variety of common animals and naming these, and looking into animals that are carnivores, herbivores, and omnivores. In music, we will be playing tuned and untuned instruments musically and practicing using our voices expressively and creatively. And hopefully, you'll be able to hear a song or two in our class worship this term. In art, we're going to be thinking about beautiful landscape pictures and using our knowledge of primary and secondary colours to create these. In PSHE, our learning question this term is who is special to us? So we'll be thinking about groups that we belong to, people who love and care for us, our families and how these might be similar or dissimilar, and also about telling an adult that we trust if something worries or upsets us, which is quite a nice topic to end on. Obviously, with the change coming up of going into year two, it's really great to sort of wrap it up this way at the end of the year, knowing that the children can speak to adults in the classroom if they are worried or a little bit anxious about their move to year two. And finally, in computing, we will be continuing to learn how to move a robot on a digital device, which links really nicely to our topic of position and direction in maths and using instructions to move a robot. PE will be staying the same this term, so staying on the same days. The only thing that I have adapted on this slide is just a little note at the bottom to say, obviously, we are hoping that as we are coming into the warmer months, we will be seeing some lovely sunshine. So on days where you know that we are having outside PE on a Monday, please do make sure that the children have sun cream on and a hat provided. Spelling this term will be staying on a Friday, same as last term. The only difference with spelling this term is that rather than practicing our common exception words, we're going to be practicing spellings with our known phonemes in from phonics and also alternative spellings, which can be quite tricky. In regards to lost items, I'm hoping that now the sun is coming out, we will not need to bring our coats anymore and that we will be replacing them with hats and sunglasses. But please do make sure that anything that comes into school is clearly named so that if it is lost, we will be able to reunite it with its owner. With regards to communication, please do feel free to speak to me as always on the gates in the morning when I am on the gate, or on the door at home time. Alternatively, I am always frequently checking Class Dojo, so if you had a quick query or question, then please do feel free to message me on Class Dojo. Just a reminder that if there's going to be a change of adult picking your child up from school, please do make sure that you have either let myself or the office staff know, just as it makes it easier when it comes to dismissal at home time. Moving on to the phonics screening check, which I did mention in our last curriculum information PowerPoint, but just wanted to recap just to say that that is happening this term within the week commencing the 12th of June. So I've popped the same information on this slide that I did put on the term 5 PowerPoint, but please do feel free to have a quick pause and a read if you wanted to refamiliarise yourself with it. I've added in this time an example of some of the alien words and real words that the children could be exposed to within the phonics screening check. So this is a snippet of a past paper, and I've just put down the bottom the quote that we remind the children of to look for their special friends first, then Fred talk the word, and then read the word. So for example, in this top nonsense word here, the children will recognise the sound on the end as their special friend, sh. So we would expect that the children would look at this word, say sh, then Fred talk, j, a, sh, and then read the word, jash. So in theory, it should be sh, j, a, sh, jash. And if you look over on this side, for example, on one of the real words, the children will recognise in the middle their special friends E. And so when reading this word, would say something similar to E, g, eat, greet. So if you did want to practice with your children at home, of course, that would be really, really helpful. But please do try to sort of follow this slogan at the bottom, as that is what they will be used to at school. I'm sure they are really tired of me saying special friends, Fred talk, read the word, but it really, really does help them get into the swing of reading those words. And just a note here of how you can help your child at home if you did want to. So again, if you wanted to pause this and have a read, then you are most welcome. And lastly, keeping up to date, of course, I am always updating our class page as well as Dojo. I try to post as frequently as I can on Dojo to keep you guys updated. But of course, please do check the class pages and of course the messages that come through on Parent Mail, as these are always full of key dates. Especially there'll be lots of them in term 6. What with class worship and sports day and trips, please do make sure that you are reading these so that you are up to date on what is coming up. But that is all I have to say, other than that I am really excited to enjoy this last term with the children, and I can't wait to see their smiling faces. I hope that everybody had a lovely half term. Goodbye.